What's up, everyone? I'm the one, the only comic outlaw. Yeah, Jack Slater. And check us out on YouTube, man. And smash that button, man. Check us out. The man with the plan is coming back with the Savage She-Hulk number 23. Yeah, She-Hulk's been at war with a mob. This guy named Shade, and he's been sending villain after villain after villain, suit after suit, guy with a gizmo after guy with a gizmo. So we'll see what gimmick he sends now. And this is our little prologue, and this was the last guy that tried fighting the She-Hulk, Radius. And this guy pulls the kill switch on this guy because basically he failed, so he deserved to die. Meanwhile, She-Hulk is just not having it anymore. She's tired of being attacked. She's tired of her life. She's tired of the way things are going. Her feeling betrayed by her father, Richard Rory, Zapper, and which was weird because she was dating Richard Rory and Zapper sort of at the same time, so she was sort of betraying them too. But I guess She-Hulk was dating Zapper and Jen was dating Richard, so I guess it was okay in her mind. But anyways, she starts bashing stuff down, and she doesn't know her own strength, and she ends up knocking the column down, and with a, aw, nuts. And She-Hulk is kind of learning her own strength right now. She's been She-Hulk. She's no longer Jen anymore. That was her decision. Meanwhile, Zapper is trying to pick up the pieces, trying to figure out where She-Hulk would go. And also he has a nice little knot in the head for where he got knocked out investigating the labs that were trying to take her and turn her into an experiment. Meanwhile, he knows exactly where Jen is, the beach house that they went to a while back when him and She-Hulk hooked up. And she kind of takes a shower, gets a curtain, turns it into that white classic suit that she's always wearing, and she decides to go out into the world. Find something else for her, until another robot comes out of nowhere. And of course, this one claims to have unlimited power too. And him and She-Hulk kind of get into it. She's battering him, and of course, it's really doing nothing. The armor's actually really thick on this model. And he's out also manipulating energy around her. And she takes one shot kind of in the midsection, and it knocks him off balance. Yes, this is the weak point of this robot. All these robots have been kind of mid-level robots. No Iron Man by any means necessary, or, experiments. But they have little knick-knack powers here and there. They're able to do one thing or another. Meanwhile, someone's watching in the distance, plotting, planning, getting ready for their next move to stop the Savage She-Hulk and take the city for themselves. And that's the big thing with these mobsters. They're trying to figure out who's going to take what. Meanwhile, Jen's father is realizing, that Jen may not be so horrible of a person, and his girlfriend is probably the one being the bitch. Anyways, she's heading off to a realtor, and she basically faked his information. She's trying to get power of attorney, and she kind of snides her way into it, and she's going to take the house. She's going to take everything. She's going to take him to the cleaners. Man, maybe she's the biggest villain in this whole series, and the father was just a puppet, and she was the puppet master. But anyways, She-Hulk's showing this guy some foot, the straight foot of justice, and she's bringing down another clubbing hit, and the robot kind of gets pissed off at this point and fires a gigantic beam at her, and more energy, trying to incinerate her. And it's actually making a barrier around her. But she manages to break free, but the impact from it bounces her into the ocean, temporarily knocking her out. And he's able to part the seas with his power. Yes, he's able to part the seas. But She-Hulk's not unconscious. She gets up and knocks him over. And this is where She-Hulk starts to form a plan. She figures that thing is his weakness because she hit it before and he had to get off her. So she actually turns it off. Doesn't rip it off, she turns it off. And it could be turned back on, which was a very stupid play by She-Hulk. She should have just ripped it off. But anyways, the guy turns his device back on, starts blasting her, and then he starts letting loose the power. Yes, the power. And he starts laying it on. And all this energy wave is trying to crush She-Hulk, but no, it's not. It ends up destroying him because he can't handle it. And just like his other predecessors, the power consumes him. And in an explosion, there is nothing left of him. As she stands there, fully enraged, Zapper gets out and he starts crying about his parents' house and, the messed up curtains. And She-Hulk shouts, "All right, She's coming for the Shade. And Zapper realizes that, he was ignored, didn't even hear anything she said because she was fully enraged. She is in Hulk mode. Meanwhile, the other mob guys are trying to get together, and one of them has built a hodgepodge suit. And they're going to start basically doing what Shade is doing, sending these superpowered guys out there to kind of do their business for them. And as they're kind of in their moment of triumph, She-Hulk is looking for the Shade, and she goes to a dive bar, and she just starts smashing everything in sight. I mean, what a waste of good beer. But anyway, she starts crashing everything, starts throwing everyone around, basically picks up the bar and throws it everywhere until one guy confesses, the mob guys are having a meeting about the Shade, and just kind of pawns them off on her. And she smashes in, of course, and these mob guys have no idea what's going on. All they know is that She-Hulk's here, and she wants to smash something. They, of course, open fire on her. It doesn't really do anything. One of the guys, let's call him Fat Tony, he pulls out a grenade and boom, or kaboom, there we go. And, of course, since it is the She-Hulk, it really does nothing except piss her off. And she wants to know where the Shade is. But, of course, this metal guy comes out of nowhere, tries beating her up, but he is simply outclassed. Like I said, these machines give you strength, but they're not like Iron Man machines or anything. They're really C-grade armor. And so she rips it apart, throws them on the floor. And the mob guys, they want to get rid of Shade too. So they point She-Hulk in Shade's direction, hoping that She-Hulk will do their dirty work for them. And as she jumps out the window saying she's going to smash the Shade, these mob guys hope. They hope that the She-Hulk will crush him. But will she succeed in her mission? Will she find the Shade? We'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side, man.